So you have just learned a new phrasal verb. Fantastic! Yeah! Great! But do you know if it is transitive or intransitive? Eh? Is it separable or inseparable? No idea. Learning phrasal verbs isn't just about learning the phrasal verb and the definition. You also must know if it's transitive, intransitive, separable or inseparable. Otherwise, you will make some mistakes in your B2 First exam. My name is Toby, this is Smash English, and here is all you need to know about transitive, intransitive, separable and inseparable phrasal verbs for the B2 First Cambridge exam. A phrasal verb has two components, a verb and a preposition or adverb. If a phrasal verb is separable, it means we can separate the verb from the adverb or preposition and put an object in the middle. For example, the phrasal verb turn off. This means to stop the energy or power to a device. I can turn off the TV, or I can turn the TV off. I can separate the verb and the preposition and put the object, the TV, in the middle. But remember, with separable phrasal verbs, we must put the object pronoun in the middle. We cannot put an object pronoun after the phrasal verb. If you don't know, object pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, them, yeah? Yeah. For example, I can say turn it off, but I cannot say turn off it. If a phrasal verb is inseparable, it means we cannot separate the verb and the preposition or adverb and put an object in the middle. For example, the phrasal verb to come across. If you come across something, it means you find it accidentally. You were not looking for it. I can say, I came across an old photo. That means I found the photo accidentally. But I cannot say, I came the old photo across. That does not exist in English, because come across is inseparable. We cannot separate the verb and the preposition or adverb. No object here. No. So again, a separable phrasal verb is a phrasal verb where you can put an object between the verb and the preposition or adverb. An inseparable phrasal verb is when you cannot do this. It's impossible. So what about transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs? Well, this rule applies to all verbs, not just phrasal verbs. A transitive verb is a verb that requires an object to make sense. Without an object, I don't understand what you are trying to say. Why did I hit myself? I don't know. For example, love. Love is a transitive verb. I love. Yeah? I love. What does that mean? It means nothing. Nothing. We need an object. I love myself. I love you. Yes, you. Without an object, without something to love, we cannot love. And this is also a philosophy lesson. An example of a transitive phrasal verb is turn on. Turn on means to give power to a device. I cannot say I turn on. What? What are you turning on? I turn on the TV so I can watch Smash English. Yeah! Now it makes sense. Turn on is a transitive phrasal verb. It requires an object, so we need to say what we turn on. Another example is to look forward to. I look forward to. What? What do you look forward to? I look forward to the next Smash English video because Smash English is so fantastic. I'm going to subscribe right now. Aren't you? Yes, yes. So a transitive verb is a verb that requires an object to make sense. A separable and transitive phrasal verb is a phrasal verb where you can put that object between the verb and the preposition. A transitive but inseparable phrasal verb is a phrasal verb that needs an object to make sense, but you cannot separate the verb and the preposition or adverb to put an object in the space. An intransitive verb is a verb that does not require an object to make sense. For example, I am sitting. Oh, no, I'm not. Terrible example. I am standing. Good. We understand. Standing is an intransitive verb because it does not need an object to make sense. I am eating. This is how I eat. Eat is an example of a verb that can be transitive and intransitive. You can use an object with eat, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. Like every other verb in English, an intransitive phrasal verb cannot take an object. This means that every intransitive verb is inseparable, because if the verb cannot take an object, then we cannot separate the verb and the preposition or adverb for an object. An example could be the phrasal verb to come over. If I come over, it means I'm coming to your house. Turn up is another example of an intransitive phrasal verb. I will turn up at 7. Great. I will turn up your house. Makes no sense. But of course, phrasal verbs are endless, and one phrasal verb can have multiple definitions, and these definitions can change whether the phrasal verb is separable or inseparable, transitive or intransitive. For example, turn up can be separable and transitive. Turn the volume up. That means increase the volume. But it can also mean to arrive unexpectedly. I will turn up tomorrow. And now the phrasal verb turn up is inseparable and intransitive. Every new definition, it's like learning a new phrasal verb. This is why in all of my videos on phrasal verbs, I tell you if the phrasal verb is separable or inseparable, transitive or intransitive, because it really is that important. If you haven't already, watch my video on the 5 most difficult phrasal verbs for the B2 First Cambridge exam. I'm sure you will learn at least one new phrasal verb. I'm sure of it. Anyway, with that, we are finished. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby and this was Smash English.